to do a lot better to give it all a general color from the beginning, you know, all over coat. So I'm just going to fill it in a little bit. And I don't try to make it really smooth, because I kind of like the texture. It gives it more of an organic look, you know, like a real flower might have. And I usually don't do outlines either, because you see where this is kind of darker, where that would tuck under the other part of the rose, I made that a little bit darker. Now this pen, this marker, it's a little bit, like I said, I've used it quite a bit, so it would be a little juicier, but I kind of like it like this. It gives it a texture, more of a texture, and you don't have to work so hard to give it texture. So I'm going to turn this around a little bit. There we go. Now, get a little darker, do like a little, put my brush nib there, do a little flick, 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 flick with my wrist. And it helps give you some texture. Now I've struggled for a long time finding a medium that suits me. I've done some painting, but I've discovered me and paint we don't get along really well. I do better with markers. If I use paint just a little bit for a little bit of mixed media to add a little something, I do better with that than trying to just do the whole thing with paint. So, see, this pen is almost out of ink. I need to buy a refill. But I'm going to try to use it. Let's see, I'm going to switch to the 00 and see if there is enough in it to do a lighter coat. Yeah, that's a little better. So what I'm doing, I am learning along with you. So I thought me and you could just learn together to layer and blend and add color. Alright. Now I'm going to try to go back to the RV52 that I was using in the beginning. Now I'm going to go this way, like, yeah, sweep it this way. Also gives it a little more texture. My art doesn't really come out realistic, but it's not exactly cartoony. I do try to give it texture and form. So here I am, I'm trying to make that like a shadow underneath that, what will be that petal there. Now I'm going to go in and try to do this, like the center a little bit darker, since it's usually really tight in the center of a rose, so you won't get as much light. Now remember, this is just a practice rose. I'm not really trying to be perfect here. me back to my RV00 since that one's kind of low on ink. So I used a red colored pencil so it would kind of blend in. Mechanical pencil to draw the original so it would kind of blend in. I probably should have used a pink, but I thought this would be easier for me to see. And then if you kind of get towards the edges, you can kind of blend it in with your alcoholic based marker. That's what I like about colored pencils and mechanical pencils that have color. They kind of blend in with your... So alright, now I've got a general shape here. Now I'm going to try to go in with some that are a little darker so that I can begin to give it shadows and shape and form. So I'm going to start right here. This one's a little darker. Sweep under there, so sweep up. So this top looks like it's casting a shadow on these bottom leaves, or petals I should say. And then I'm going to make it a little darker here. Looks like it's kind of a dip downwards, or yes. And I'm going to add a little more color here, try to show that this is kind of like what you would call, I don't know what you call it, but I would call it the bowl of the rose. So yeah, now I'm just trying to add a little form, a little shape. Okay, now it's starting to take a little shape here. So I just changed my mind. I'm making this a smaller leaf so I can make this bowl more of a pronounced shape. And I'm going to use this RV66 and see. Okay, see, now that's kind of dark. That's kind of what I wanted. So that really kind of separates it. Now I'm going to go in here with this darker color right here. Alright, now I'm going to try to blend it out a little bit with this lighter RV55. Alright, it's not perfect, but it's pretty good so far, pretty good. Now I think I will go back in with this RV63. Now I know I have a different way of using these than a lot of the YouTubers I've seen. They kind of do a lot of illustrative and cartoon-like drawing, and mine is not quite that. It's a little different. But I think everybody is allowed to have their own style and their own way of doing things. That's what makes it interesting to watch so many different artists at work. Okay, going in still with my RV55, trying to give this some shape, and then put a deep shadow in there. Now you could probably use some different colors to get your shadows, but I don't want to get too complicated. I'm bad to do that and then just get really lost in what I'm doing. I'm just going to try to use the same color families here on these petals. It's things that will blend easy and look pretty cohesive. Maybe not perfect since my markers are kind of, some of them are running a little dry. Okay, now I'm going to go in with this RV66, and I'm going to try to make this petal stand out from these a little more. And I'm going to go in here too. Okay, I'm doing these little flicking motions, trying to add some texture and some form so the petals will stand out one from the other. I'll do it here too. Make it a little deeper, right down in there where the petals meet. I'm probably getting away here. Okay. Just getting a little crazy here with my colors, trying to add some shadows and depth. Alright, now I think I'm going to go back in with a little bit of a lighter color and try to blend it out a little bit. I need to try to see, maybe a little bit of this darker color right here. I'm going to try to blend it out. It look like, see separate that petal from the other one. Kind of help give it a shadow and some shape. I'm going to leave that part a little bit white, look like the sun's hitting it there a little bit. I think I get a little carried away with my Copic markers. See how hard I press? That's just too hard, I think, and I think it's because I need a refill. It's not very juicy. Okay, let's see if I can add a little more darkness in here, in here. Just trying to deepen those shadows a little bit. Alright. Go back in with my RV63. Sorry if you're not really following me. I'm still learning to do YouTube videos, and I'm still learning to use Copic, so maybe we'll learn together. That's my hope. And bring that a little bit out. Alright. That really doesn't look too bad to me. I like the texture. You can see the depth. Now let me see if I can just put it, and I've only used Copic markers except for my original drawing just to get it started. Okay, I'm looking for my other green. I have 3 green Copics. I'm looking for my other one, and so, oh, you know what? I need to kind of give this some more color too. I'm going to use chisel tips. Maybe get that color out a little better. Alright, now I am going to put in a little bit of a stem. And this is the little, I don't know what you call it. It's kind of like the, okay, this is coming out pretty good. It's looser than a lot of my drawings because I try to get too detailed and precise, and I lose a lot. Kind of like this. It's not perfect, but it's looking pretty good. Alright, now I'm going to try to blend it a little bit. Excuse me for all the noise. My daughter's in the living room watching TV, and I have a fan going in here because it is over 100 degrees outside. And the air conditioner is going constantly, and the fan helps to move the air around, or otherwise it would be too stuffy around here. Alright, I think I'm about done.